Well, we went back on what we said we were not going to do, right? There was something that you said that you were never going to do again. You were never going to fall for it again. You were never going to go back down that road, and perhaps you did, and perhaps you have realized again why you said that the first time. So now we simply claim that. We just own that. It's okay to process your feelings on that situation. It's okay to accept what it is. So many people experience these cycles. You're not alone. It's there's no reason to beat up on yourself about it. Our Ten of Swords reminds us that sometimes we put ourselves repeatedly into toxic situations, and then sometimes we go back to them just to see if anything's changed. Maybe the flavor of the water is different this time. I don't know. Maybe they have healed. Sometimes they say they have. Sometimes we just walk back into it because we cared deeply. We miss that person. We wanted to see them again. We wanted to hear from them. So, our Nine of Wands here, just to remind us that we are strong. We are strong in that we have the ability to hold out and wait for what it is that we deserve. We've now been reminded and confirmed that that was not it. And we're going to get through our feelings and we're going to get back on track and continue moving forward because that's what we do. We continue with this healing process. Now, our Eight of Wands is indicating that we have kind of a sense of impatience about it. That we have this sense of, I have been waiting long enough. And that's why I went back into that situation, because I felt like I had been waiting long enough. And I'm feeling very like urgently needs to happen. And Spirit wants to remind us that really good things take time. You do not pull something out of the oven before the timer goes off, because it will collapse in the middle. It will be mushy. It will not be cooked. It's not fully ready for you to eat. You don't pull things out of the crock pot before they're completely falling off the bone, right? It's not as good unless you wait. But in the meantime, there's things to do. You do have things to do. You have things you can focus on, like yourself. So I want you to make a list of all of the tasks and all of the adventures that you want to have and all of the experiences that you want to have with or without anyone else by your side. Give that energy into yourself. Focus back into the self. That time will pass much sooner than you expected. Now, whether that last message resonated or not, this one is a positive, exciting, all of the things that you've been waiting for. We've got adventure and fulfillment, all of these things coming towards you. I want you to accept and claim that message for your own if that's what you've been waiting to hear. There is an element here about trust. There is an element here about trusting your intuition. And are you ready to trust? It seems as though you have some hesitation. Spirit wants to remind you that all experiences are not mirrors of the exact same experiences that you've had in the past. There are going to be I'm getting that there's some people that may remind you with some qualities of someone that you could not trust in the past. And that person demonstrated that they could not be trusted in the past. And so this person has some of those elements, and there are some really great elements of that person. You really like that person's company, you like being around that person, whether for a friend or a lover, but something is triggering you. These are issues of trust. These are issues of learning to, first of all, trust yourself, that you'll know when it's time to go. You don't have to look at every single thing as a reason to run away. Every experience is not a situation that involves you having to cut ties and go and heal. You are healing all the time. You are always making progress. You are always pushing forward, and you're getting better and better and better at it. Trust that the universe knows this, sees this, and is giving you the kind of experiences that will help reinforce the work that you've done. So you wanted adventure, you wanted to go out and have some fun, you wanted to experience things, and the universe aligned you with the kind of people that you can do that with. So trust that if something dangerous happens, you'll trust your intuition, you'll know when it's time to back off. But for now, stop overthinking. Stop playing into these fears that you're going to have the exact same experience again with another person. You're not letting people in because of that. You're keeping them at bay, and you're not really letting them see who you truly are. And that's what they need. They need to be able to see who they truly are. And you need to be able to trust that they will love you for who you truly are. So let it out. And no, I promise you, you will be okay. If it turns out that this is a test, then so be it. It was a test worth enduring, right? Every message that is coming out today seems to be a message of reassurance, of trusting the process, of continuing on your journey, especially when we go through experiences like retrogrades and we go through full moons, which involves a lot of releasing. There is a lot of question and doubt and is this what I wanted? Is this the right direction? Am I headed where I wanted to go? So, Spirit wants to first remind you to honor yourself, honor where you've been, honor where you came from, and honor where you are today. It does no good to beat up on that person that you were before that worked with the tools and the knowledge and the abilities that they had. You did what you could then. You're doing what you can now. Honor your journey because it's so special and it's so unique. And the fact that you keep getting up and keep going is so incredible. And I am proud of you. If you can't say it to yourself yet, I want you to know that I am proud of you. I I know how hard it is. I know what you've been through. I know how difficult those experiences have been and what they took from you. And you got it back tenfold. And you're still doing it. We need to maintain that discipline. Now is not the time to get sloppy with it because we feel like we're not where we're supposed to be. I'm hearing for some of you that you've fallen off your structure, you've fallen off your schedule, you've given up staying away from some situations. I'm getting you staying away from foods and beverages and things of that nature that were not in your best interest, and um, indulging a little bit too much. Get back into that disciplinary action, that structure. This whole process is a process of growth. This whole process is a process of learning limitations, of learning what it is that you need to do to continue to progress in your healing journey, of learning what wounds still exist, stuff that you didn't even realize was still there that needed to be uncovered, memories that had been suppressed, experiences that you'd hoped you'd never remember again, and you get triggered by something that happens today, and the universe wants you to know that that is a process of your growth. That is what we were working towards. That is the efforts. That is all of the work that you've been doing, and you are doing such an incredible job. I want you to tell yourself that today. Give yourself a pat on the back. Thank you so much for being a part of my healing journey. I am always grateful to be a part of yours. Many blessings to you.